Ndị be anyị ekenenu m unu, asị nke ụbọchị nke taa dịrị unu na mma, asịkwa nka nke onye chili ya zelu. Anyị sị na ọ ya dara n'Igbo na mma, na n'Igbo ya dịka echi na-echi ada agwụ agwụ, dịka anyị kwuru otu a ka ọ ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. Dịka anyị si kwukwa unu nkwa na anyị ga-ewetara unu ya bụ daily update n'ilu akwụkwọ, ụbọchị taa maka ka ya bụ ife si ada, na gbasịta maka ihe na-eme na ndịda anyanwụ ka anyị na-akpọ Eastern Region. O nwere ihe mee n'ilu akwụkwọ, ife a bụ international media. O nwere ife akwụgasị gbasịta maka ya bụ nwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ, and gbasịta maka ihe dị iche iche. O nwegasị ya pụtagasị aka maka anyị kwuru unu nkwa na anyị ga na-etiri unu update ọbụla bụ gbasịtara maka ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo and the whole nation. Again, ya bụ ife ka ọ na-efe ihe nwanne anyị nwoke kwuru. O kwuru uche ya, so anyị mere anyị ji wee tie unu ya si uche onye adị na njọ. Mana gị bụ onye ọma na-ege ntị, gịnị ị ga-esi ya bụ ife ikwu ife ichere gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile kwugasị ọ rụtagasị aka dị iche iche n'ilu akwụkwọ. All right, over to you, sir.
We're diving into a controversial idea that is gaining traction somewhat, the scrapping of Nigeria's 36 states and the adoption of regionalism. Now, proponents of this argue that this move, such a move, would streamline governance, reduce costs, and boost economic development in the country. But opponents fear it will or could lead to the marginalization of certain parts or certain regions of the country, and even concentration of power. When we talk about the regional system of government, we're talking about government that is where regions or each region of the country is allowed to control its resources found in its domain, rely on those resources, and it only has to pay a royalty or tax to the central government. Now, Nigeria's House of Representatives had to come out to its own a trending draft bill that proposes a return to the regional system of government in Nigeria. The document titled A Bill for an Act to Substitute the Annexure to Decree 24 of 1999 with a new governance model for the Federal Republic of Nigeria seeks to establish a new legal framework to be cited as the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, New Governance Model for Nigeria Act 2024. Now, the draft is authored by Dr. Aki Fapohunda, who is neither a senator nor a member of Nigeria's House of Representatives. And he, as we now know, is a private citizen, so therefore this is a private initiative. But initially, some Nigerians felt it was a move by the presidency, by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Indeed, the president got a lot of praise for that. People said, oh, if the president can do this, we'll forgive him for the national anthem, and we'll just allow the national anthem. We'll later discover that it was, after the House of Reps came out to disown the bill, it was Ms. Dr. Aki Fapohunda who authored it. Now, House spokesman Akin Rotimi dismissed the bill. This is what he said, quote, "The committees on Rules and Business and Constitution Review have confirmed that there is no such bill before them." Well, the rest they say is history. Let's introduce our guest tonight. Now, he is Dr. Akin Fapohunda. He is from Ilesha in Osun State. And, of course, he is a former director of the Federal Civil Service or Federal Public Service, where he has worked in a variety of institutions, the last of which was at the presidency as director, Space Sciences Office, from which he voluntarily retired in December 2000. He has since then participated in several professional undertakings as educational and information technology consultant to institutional and corporate bodies across the country. He is also of the House of Afenifere, the foremost organization of Yorubas, a member of the Voice of Reason and the Oduduwa Society. Dr. Fapohunda, good evening to you. Thank you for your time tonight.
Good evening to you. Good evening to viewers.
All right. What inspired you to propose such a bill and put it out there in the public domain?
Well, I've been on this since 2017 under the auspices of the Voice of Reason. We actually drafted a complete alternative to 1999 Constitution, which I also acted upon. since then, I've been doing research, I've been doing studies on how Nigeria can change. And so it's not just an aberration, it's not just a fluke. I've been on it for quite a while. Now the time is ripe for us to change. So I just put some documents together for discussion, for the public to be informed about what is possible. It happens to be now that President Tinubu is on the throne, and we just have to bring ideas forward in the public space. Nothing about conspiracy, nothing about underhand the table at all.
Did you foresee this, document that you put out in the public domain going viral as it has now, with everybody talking about it, almost everyone on social media?
Well, you see, when an idea's time has come, there's a vacuum in the polity of Nigeria. Nigerians are willing and they are wanting, they're desirous of change. My idea just resonated with all Nigerians because no one is satisfied with the order that we have now. So I'm not surprised at all that the time for this change has come, and we have to just hold on to it and make something out of it.
I'm sure your phone hasn't rested since for some days now. But let's look at this idea of regionalism. What benefits do you think regionalism will bring Nigeria?
First, please, let us not use words anyhow. What is a region? In geography, is a territorial space that has boundaries. That's a region. We could have Western region, Eastern region, Northeast region. In Australia, they use regions. In South Africa, they use regions. We can still say even states. The states we have now are regions of Nigeria. I'm talking about geography now. So the essence of what I'm trying to propose is that Nigeria has been balkanized into pieces because we had lots of money in the 70s. Even brothers who used to live in one house say, no, I want to live separately now because there is cheap oil money. So 36 regions were created. 774 sub-regions were created. That's the nomenclature. So we have 36 regions, we have 74 sub-regions. We can't maintain them anymore. There is no money to do such a thing. We need to aggregate the regions now into bigger spaces. That's the essence of what I'm trying to say. So it's always operated on regions all along. The whole world operates on regions.
Interesting. So how the scrapping of the states, you've talked about it, but how the scrapping of the states as it currently exists, how will they address issues of marginalization and resource control? You will agree that marginalization is a big issue in Nigeria. Many people feel marginalized, even within geopolitical zones, they feel marginalized. So how will this scrapping of the 36 states in favor of a larger, fewer regions address such issues?
Marginalization is based on the fact that we have something to share, and you feel that your own share is too small, so you feel cheated. But you are sharing what doesn't belong to you. You are sharing what you didn't work for. So you can shout marginalization, oh, I need more revenue from Abuja. Supposing we flip it over. You produce and take care of yourself. Will you say you are marginalized in your own house? So it is the mentality of entitlement. We are all living on the crude oil from Niger Delta. We are all profligate, we are all irresponsible, we don't work, we want to eat. We are praying for miracles all the time. So some people feel God marginalized them because they don't have money, they don't have car. But you are not sick, you have 2 hands, you have 2 legs. Why can't you work? Why are you marginalized? By the time we change the polity to production, work and eat, you produce, and then you eat what you have produced. Who is marginalizing you?
But within these substructures, within the structures we have now, for instance, if we say the states in the Southwest come together from what they call Southwestern state, hypothetically speaking, from Southwestern state, some states within that may feel that they are being marginalized, even within that substructure of a region called Southwestern state. Some may feel that also they still need to control their resources that others do not have.
Please repeat the question.
All right, so I'm talking about marginalization can also be looked at in terms of those states who will lose the power they have, to control their own resources, and they don't have to share their resources with other states. They will not be happy about that.
No. What we share in Nigeria is from Niger Delta. In fact, they are the ones that are marginalized because their terrain is so difficult, they cannot fish, the whole place is swampy, the money is taken from them, and you are building flyovers in Abuja, and you are building state government houses in all the states. It's Niger Delta people that should be marginalized. Because what God gave them, we are taking it from them, and they don't have anything to show. Overall, what I was saying is that let's change the system that will encourage production from all parts of Nigeria. We are all endowed, and we can fend for ourselves. Look, the Chinese are mining all the minerals nationwide. They are mining all kinds of expensive minerals because we ignore it, we abandoned it. Is that correct?
All right. We want to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue with Dr. Aki Fapohunda, who's our guest tonight. Welcome back. So with us, Dr. Aki Fapohunda, who is the author of that viral regional government bill that has got Nigerians stalking. He joins us via video link, from Abuja, where crew is already with him. Dr. Fapohunda, I was talking about the flip side of this marginalization and the resource control. You did say, and rightly so, that this regional structure where the states will be subsumed under larger regions will actually solve the problem of resource control, agitations, and marginalization to a large extent. But some will argue that the states who have their resources would not want to share with others in the larger region who may not have such resources. For instance, the Renaissance Patriots Foundation, and you know about this, because I asked you this question this morning. The Renaissance Patriots Foundation, who are a group of Lagos indigents, released a statement saying that that they would be part of any Western region if it comes to be in Nigeria. In particular, the gentleman who spoke on behalf of the group is Prince Adelani Adeniji Adele. He says that the bill being proposed or suggested spells ominous signs to us from Lagos State. He said, quote, it is a further attempt to subsume our aspiration into a larger group that is antithesis to what we believe in as indigents of Lagos State. So some states don't want to relinquish their sovereignty under a larger structure. Sir.
Okay, now, under what I'm proposing, the Yorubas will be in one region. we have the same culture, we have the same worldview. We are going to have an internal conversation. The Igbos will have their own in their own area. The Hausas will do the same. So when we set the stage for the Western Nigeria peoples to talk among themselves, we will allay these fears. Even each region will still be a federation. In the area of Yoruba land, there are 26 sub-nationalities. There is the Aworis, there is the Jebu, there is Ekpa, there is Yewa, there is Ibadan, there is Ijesha, there is Ekiti, there is Laje, there is Okeogun, there is Igbomina.
Okay.
There is Okun. All these are entities in Yoruba land. We are to make sure that the region takes care of everybody. And for instance now, the Okeogun people feel they are marginalized too. The Ekitis feel they are marginalized by the Badans. So these are just
But Dr. Aki Fapon, I mean, some will say all this ethnicization of such an idea of the regional structure of Nigeria, if it comes to will lead to a further breakup of Nigeria. Igbos will have their own region, Yorubas will have theirs, and then within a snap of a finger, anyone could say we want to pull out of Nigeria. That's why the states were created, to prevent Nigeria from breaking up or prevent a further civil war.
Please don't let us use words that are applicable. Europe in the last century, the French, the Germans, the Finnish, the Swedish, the Danish, they are all occupying Europe. Even United Kingdom, there is the Welsh, there is Scottish, and the British. So everybody must maintain his identity. Nothing wrong with it. You can't suppress it. But we shall be equal neighbors. We shall be friendly neighbors. Will the Lagos, would they go into the Atlantic Ocean? Would they go into Brazil? Or how?
There you go, sir. There you go. Some are saying this Awori talk and Brazil talk and all that is not needed at this point, that we should keep out the ethnicities from this. But let's leave that out. Let's leave that for now. What will be the state, Dr. Fapon, the fate of state governments and civil servants if this bill is passed? What will be the fate of the civil servants under the different states and those who work in the state administrations?
The document I proposed, we want to reduce the bureaucracy of governance. We have 36 governors, 36 state executive, 36 House of Assembly. Each assembly has at least 25 members. 724 local governments, chairmen. They have also parliaments. 90% of the revenue goes to serving the people. There are no roads, no schools, no hospitals.
You're talking about unemployment, sir. Unemployment. All those in the federal, in the state government employed will be rendered unemployed.
Okay, the people in government, they employ themselves. If you are a senator, instead of spending 100 million to run for election, go and set up an industry now. Why must it be government that you are eating all the time?
Dr. Fapon, are you going to send this to the National Assembly? Finally, will you send this to the National Assembly yourself, and when? Finally.
No, I can't. I didn't hear the last question, please.
Yeah, will you send this bill to the National Assembly, and when?
Oh, okay. Now that the document has been circulated for discussion, it has shown now that the idea, the time has come to table it, is from the bottom up. If I now put a covering letter and send to the Senate President, sent to the Speaker of the House, sent to the President himself, now they are monitoring what is happening now. They know Nigerians are interested in this matter.
All right.
So what is democracy if government don't listen to the people?
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Aki Faponda, member, House of Afenifere, Abuja, and of course, former Director of the Federal Public Service. Very many thanks for your time tonight. Let's see how and how far this goes. We appreciate it. And that's the size of our package tonight on Politics HQ. Don't worry, it's still me. Don't worry about the hair. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same station. Keep watching News Central Television. My name is Kofi Bartels. Good night.
ndị be anyị daalụ nne kwunu si na-esoro anyị ya na-eme n'iru akwụkwọ dịka iso wee gee ya bụ ife ịnụrụ ihe the Balon the Gentle Lion kwugasị n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taata ọzọ dịka ibe ya bụ ka efi nwere ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị a niile okwugasị n'iru akwụkwọ ife okwu olili nne okwu ya dịka o si dị ka efi nwere ike ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife drop ya on the comment section below. Chetakwa ya bụ Eastern News 24 ka anyị si were wetara unu nnukwu ozi ya dị oke mkpa. Daalụ na ụmụnne m, gwa nke emesịa.